their money and stuffing it in the mattress. That's not what to do. Look, it's not about the money you put away. It's about how you invest that money. And clearly 401ks don't work. But it does work here at Phil's Gang. Phil'sGang.com, where we just got a return of over 35% in copper.
For more information, go to philsgang.com or give us a call at 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264.
Be sure to watch the Phil's Gang Show with Phil Grande, weekdays at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on various devices like smartphones, tablets, your computer, and more. Get free access to the Phil's Gang Show right in your hands at home or on the go. Simply go to philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com and click on the Listen Live link. And we'll see you on the charts.
Hi, I'm Phil Grande of Phil'sGang.com. When was the last time you've gotten a raise? Been a long time. When was the last time you got overtime? That's been a long time. Sure, why? What people don't realize is we got two components out there that is killing your standard of living. Free money provided to CEOs from the Federal Reserve, and then the way the CEO is being compensated. CEOs are not compensated on performance anymore. CEOs are compensated on stock options. That's how they make most of their money. So as long as the Federal Reserve will give them money free, they're going to focus on the CEO buying shares back to pop that price up to make that stock option. That's why you're not getting paid. Join my gang, philsgang.com.
For more information, go to philsgang.com or give us a call at 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264.
Hi, I'm Phil Grande of Phil'sGang.com. We're a teaching format. Boy, do we give good service. You know, buying a stock doesn't have to be complicated. The reason why Wall Street makes it complicated is so to make you think you need to hire them. You can do better without them, believe me, because you're not going to have those big fees. Come to Phil's Gang, where we'll show you an easy way to buy a stock. Phil'sGang.com, where we don't make it complicated but profitable.
For more information, go to philsgang.com or give us a call. That's 877-600-4264.
Time is the one thing that we want more of as a St. Jude parent. Without the donors, I wouldn't have my Audrey.
El que St. Jude no cobra ni un centavo para nosotros significa quitarnos todo ese estrés, esa preocupación y podernos enfocar en nuestra hija.
That was the first thing I was like, how are we going to do this? When they told us that we didn't have to pay a single bill, I was like, wow, they pretty much have saved us.
They take care of our housing. They take care of our food. In addition to the best medical treatment that my daughter could ever have. So it allows me to focus on my daughter and getting her better. Time is the one thing that we want more of. Without the donors, I wouldn't have my Audrey. They take care of our housing. They take care of our food. In addition to the best medical treatment that my daughter could ever have. So it allows me to focus on my daughter and getting her better.
St. Jude Children's Research Hospital. Finding cures, saving children. Learn more at stjude.org.
The stocks discussed on Phil's Gang are not in any way a recommendation or solicitation to buy, sell, or hold. If considering acting on information presented, we first recommend you seek out a competent, licensed professional for advice. Get ready for the radio show that tells you what Wall Street doesn't want you to know.
Oh, I'm a money magnet. Money, money, money coming to me. Money sets me free. I'm a money magnet. Money, 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 money's coming to me.
It's your daily dose of how to manage your money. And now it's time for Phil's Gang on the Off the Wall Street Radio Network. With your host, Phil Grande.
even with mortgage rates near a 50-year low. Too many families with solid credit who want to buy a home are being rejected. Too many families who never missed a payment and want to refinance are being told no. That's holding our entire economy back.
So what's he doing? Instead of just working with those people, he now goes to the bank and he's telling the banks, I want you to start lending subprime. Do subprime mortgages. I don't care what their credits are. Just do more subprime lending. Why? Because he's so worried about the automobile industry. The wheels are coming off. The sales have been terrible. They've been dropping. January, February, March. From 17 in January to March, 9 million units. We're going to talk about that today. What's going on there? And do you have an opportunity to make some money in the stock market? Market is down 200 points. I told my gang this morning, I told them all week long, that it's about the banks. If you want to know which way the market's going, you got to watch the banks. I said they cannot keep this market going up unless they get the banks. They got to take and pump the banks up. And I could not believe what I was hearing on CNBC on Tuesday when the stock market rallied. They were celebrating the 14% retracement. Remember, we dropped 14% January, February. We had the worst January of all time in the stock market. Then they turned around, they pumped it right back up, and everybody was all excited. And everybody was telling us how wonderful the economy is and things are so good. Remember that? Well, we're down now 200 points. And what they did on Tuesday, what I couldn't believe, they were celebrating for what? I said to my gang, they better get these stocks, these bank stocks up quick to hold it, or this thing's going to fall apart. And we were right. They fell apart. They can't get the banks up. Unbelievable. But here's what else was going on. They started to trash Trump. The jibber jabbers on CNBC. They started to take that 14% rally, that retracement, the phony rally, all stock buybacks. They started to trash Trump on his statements about the economy, about the stock market, saying how the economy is a disaster and the stock market's going to plunge. See, Trump agrees with me. The economy will function much better for everyone if government starts downsizing. That's one of our biggest problems. We need government to become smaller. We need less taxes. They have to be cut. And the socialist idea of redistribution of wealth has to go. He has to stop this redistribution of wealth. We need to stop Wall Street, the large corporations, the very wealthy, the elitists, from writing all the rules on the market. We need to stop the welfare empire building. Let's go back to what Clinton did. Ran it back to the states. If you're going to go on welfare, you got a 2-year limit. And you need to be doing something productive if you're going to get welfare. You need to either be working, you need to be in school. No more laying around on your couch on the front lawn eating Twinkies waiting for the mailman to come with your check while you're lifting weights. And you're collecting a disability check for the rest of your life. And those disability checks, as you know, that's what they are. That's income forever. But what got me is on CNBC, the jibber jabbers, not only did they just trashed Trump's warnings about this market and his statements, but they came out and said there's no more risk. Can you believe this? And here I'm telling my gang, if the banks don't come in here, if they don't pump these banks up quickly, this market will do at least a 10% correction. Ask any one of my gang members. They'll tell you I've been saying that for days now. This morning we were watching the banks again. So they said there is no more risk on in the stock market. Can you believe that? They said that we're in a full risk-off mode. What? What are they, nuts? The 10-year bond, the yield is plunging. 1.7. We were 1.9 not too long ago. When the 10-year yield plunges, that identifies the wheels are coming not off just the U.S. economy, but coming off the global economy. Well, how can it not be? The global economy is $212 trillion in debt. What are you, nuts? Risk off here at the U.S. markets? Business sales are down 22%. Truck orders have plunged 37%. Rail orders have plunged 21%. Factory orders are at a 10-year low. Manufacturing industrial production, the weakest in 10 years. The financial sector, which we're just talking about, the weakest in almost 10 years. One of the weakest sectors of all. Wheels are coming off our domestic auto sales. January, 17 million. February, 14 million. March, 9 million. The wheels are coming off. At the same time, factory orders are falling. March factory orders are the lowest since 2009. We've had the biggest drop in manufacturing workers since 2009. That 29,000 workers got laid off. But guess what? You know what they estimated? This administration, only 2,500 would be laid off. And then when they got laid off to 29,000, we replaced them with who? Bartenders, waitresses. What are you, nuts? Disposable income has dropped to a 10-year low. Those are the big ticket items. That's the big ticket items. That tells you how strong or weak your economy is. Retail sales to a 9-year low. Earnings growth and revenue growth to new lows. 5-year lows. Retail sales, household spending, everything you look at is terrible. Terrible. The last quarter of 2015, we got the numbers. It was 1.4%. That was the growth. That was it. 1.4%. Are you kidding? But here's the bad news. The Fed came out, the Atlanta Fed came out the other day, and they said for the quarter we're in now, 2016, it's going to be 0.4%. That's going to be our growth. Are you nuts? Are you crazy? By the way, did anyone catch Obama's speech in bonus areas? I don't think the press did not pick up on it. It's amazing. They did. He should have been impeached for what he said. This guy's gone totally nuts. First, he talks about inequality. He's blaming everybody except his own policies. But worse than blaming everybody but his own policies was his prescription to fix the inequality. He says, well, we got to increase the minimum wage. Well, they always do that. They always do that. I love that. Like, there's all kinds of families, like millions and millions of families on minimum wage. Well, you know that's not true. Only 1.7 million people are on minimum wage. And almost 90% of them are 16 to 19 years old. But that's what he said, increase minimum wage. Then increase taxes on anyone making $125,000 a year. Know what he was doing? He was targeting small business owners when he said that. Then he says, we'll take their money, invest the money in education and other means for people to become more productive, and then redistribute the money to the poor. Then he said, do you know there's no difference between capitalism and communism? Choose whatever works. What, is he nuts? He just came back from visiting Cuba and Argentina, where he could see how communism doesn't work. The press should have been all over this, and everybody should be in an uproar, and they're not. This is nuts. We'll be right back. 15 past the hour here on Phil's Gang.
Want more information on this show? Go to philsgang.com or give them a call at 877-600-GANG.
Hi, I'm Phil Grande, philsgang.com. You know, every day we hear from Wall Street, you turn on the TV, and they're telling us how the economy's great, everything's great. And these are the same people that run the 401ks who, with a 2% fee, take more than half of your money and put it in their pocket. You will never retire comfortably in a 401k. But try to convince 90 million people, it's almost impossible. People just don't listen. They get comfortable and stay with these 401ks. They don't work. You're not going to be able to retire. It's simple. Go to my site, philsgang.com. Join the gang, try it for a month, and we're going to show you how to use a chart. And that is going to put you in such a comfort zone of retirement.
For more information, go to philsgang.com or give us a call at 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264.
One, best 2-year job creation streak in 20 years.
What are you, nuts? Who'd believe that? Let me tell you the truth. First of all, the 292,000 jobs we got in December 2015, and they told us the unemployment rate is 5%. Not true. You can't trust these people on Wall Street. You can't trust the press. What they don't count is, in December, for example, the 615,000 discouraged workers. A discouraged worker is a person unemployed, gave up looking for work, but this administration does not count them as unemployed when calculating the 5% unemployment rate. Instead, they classify the discouraged as marginally attached to the labor force, but they're not considered part of the labor force or part of the unemployment. That's why you can't trust what they tell you. If we back into 625,000, the real unemployment rate is 12%, not 5%. That's why you got to join my gang, where you get the truth and where we use charts. Join the gang, philsgang.com.
Go to philsgang.com or give us a call at 877-600-4264.
Time is the one thing that we want more of. Without the donors, I wouldn't have my Audrey. They take care of our housing. They take care of our food, in addition to the best medical treatment that my daughter could ever have. So it allows me to focus on my daughter and getting her better.
St. Jude Children's Research Hospital. Finding cures, saving children. Learn more at stjude.org.
Let me ask you, could you use a little extra money? Well, of course you could. Everybody could use that extra revenue to pay the bills, pay down debt, or save for retirement. With philsgang.com, we help you make that extra income in the stock market. For over 15 years, Phil Grande and philsgang.com helps folks who are interested in learning short-term and long-term investing by providing professional-level charting skills and strategies. philsgang.com is your number one source to learn, invest, and profit in the stock market. And you can do this for only $49.95 a month. With philsgang.com, you learn how to invest in the market. You get daily investment coaching guidance, and you will learn to invest and trade with the skills and confidence of the pros. Just log on and get daily investment instructions and make profits. Plus, all philsgang.com material is archived for your convenience. Go to philsgang.com to join or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. Call today. There is only one talk show host, Phil Grande, who delivers both social and financial talk. Not even Hannity or Rush can deliver a 1-2 punch like that. That's Phil Grande, philsgang.com. Phil Grande is unique, the industry leader, the first talk show host ever to combine social issues and finance into winning stock market ideas. That's Phil Grande, philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com.
Hi, I'm Phil Grande at philsgang.com. You know, it's been 7 years now since Obama ordered his Fed chairman to lower the savings rate from 5% to less than 0.25%. With a false narrative, it would spur economic growth and jobs. Everyone would have an opportunity in this economy. That's what he said. But what it spurred was a front-loading of the biggest, fake, unsustainable stock market rally of 200%. That's what it spurred. Now, most people did not participate in that rally because people got out of their 401k in 2009. And they said, just get me out. I want nothing but fixed income. And they got killed because with low interest rates, fixed incomes get murdered. You got to know what you're doing. If you're going to really retire, you got to be associated with the stock market. That's why you come to philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com.
Go to philsgang.com or give us a call at 877-600-4264. You're not a regular listener to Phil's Gang? What, are you nuts? Listen to Phil Grande and check out philsgang.com. Now, here's Phil.
Hi, I'm Phil Grande, philsgang.com. You know, we come in the morning, we have what we call coffee talk. But we just don't sit around and throw the bull, or joke or laugh. Our coffee talk is serious. Every morning before you start out investing, we have an intense discussion on what is going on and where we should be investing. Because it's all about not the money, but where you're putting that money. Join my gang, philsgang.com, and enjoy the best coffee in town.
For more information, go to philsgang.com or give us a call at 877-600-GANG.
And welcome back to Phil's Gang. Now, as we were talking about the economy and how they are trashing Trump, and he's saying the economy is terrible, it's a disgrace, and how we're going to have a huge correction in the market, and I've been saying the same thing, but yet we listen to this.
There's no question the U.S. economy is doing quite well.
So, quite well. Even though business sales are down 22%, and it's business sales that drives our economy. It's business sales that drives our production, our productivity, that drives our standard of living. They keep telling us, oh no, it's not that. It's our consumption. 70% it makes up all our economy. It's consumption. 70% worth of consumption. No, it's not. It's not. It's business investment. But it's down 22%. Truck orders are down 37%. Railroad orders down 21%. Factory orders at a 10-year low. But we hear that. And then you hear this.
When you look at the U.S. economy, I think we've shown that we've reached a level of strength that's...
See, they know no one's going to tell you. They know the business shows aren't going to tell you what I tell you. Because they'll tell you, anybody is negative that's on radio or TV, people won't listen to them. They won't listen to them. So I probably got one listener. But I'm not going to change. I'm going to tell you the truth. How are you going to retire? Listen to these people. These are people from the administration tell you things are fine and the wheels are coming off. Our auto sales. And think about the auto sales. The auto sales, that's our economy. They took the subprime housing sales and they swapped it for subprime auto. Let's go take a look at Ford. But first, let's go to Stock Corner. We'll look at Ford.
Stock Corner is brought to you by the Phil's Gang video channel. Go to philsgang.com. Click on the video channel graphic and check out Phil's free videos on the market, economy, and current events.
And it's also brought to you by Walter's Way, Walter Share. Beautiful book. Please pick it up. Go to my site, philsgang.com. Award-winning book. And as I told you many times, it has the Axiom Business Book Award. What is that? If anybody buys business books, they'll tell you that's the best award you can get. Anyone who buys a business book, and I like buying business books, the first they look for is that award. Because if that's got the award, then you know you're getting a quality book. You're getting a cutting-edge business book. That's probably one of the most important awards you can get when you write a business book. Wonderful book. Check it out. And again, we'll announce when we're going to be doing we're setting it up now. We're going to do our signing so that you can meet Walter, 92 years young, incredible man, entrepreneur. The stories are just incredible. I'm so anxious for you to meet him, so I'll let you know when that's going to happen. But right now, please pick up the book. And the best thing is, all the money, Walter said he's going to split it between the Vera and Walter Share Family Foundation. And what a foundation that is. We'll talk about that at some point, too. He provides money and all kinds of stuff for people with development disabilities, and then he takes care of their caretakers as well. He takes care of them. That's a whole nother story. Okay, but let's go make some money. All right, Ford. We know that Ford is the last time we shorted Ford. If you go back and look, it turned from on our PT2 chart. And by the way, go to my site, philsgang.com. I've got a brand new video up where I showed you how with Tiffany, using the PT2 chart, which I'm talking about right now, we had a 15% return on Tiffany. And on XBI, we had a 6% return. And again, you just go to philsgang.com, and it's right there, right on the website, the video. Very nice. All right, Ford. Let's take a look at Ford. Ford turned from green to red at $14, right around $15, rounded off, and went down to $11. And we knew to be short that. That's a 26% return just by identifying it went from green to red. Now, how nice is that? This is not hard. You don't need somebody telling you about the company or the fundamentals of the company. You haven't got to know anything about the company. Then here's the best one. And then we saw the institutions come back and they started to buy it again. at $12. It turned green, a buy signal. And it went from $12 back up to almost $14. I mean, that's another 16% return. So you get on the way down, you get on the way up. There's not all kinds of work. You don't have to know anything about the company. You don't know anything about the company. What I design is so easy because I know that people don't like to do anything. They just want to have somebody do it for them. They say, I don't get involved. You just make me money. Well, nobody's going to make you money. But this is the best thing. If you want to get close to where you don't have to do anything, I know your dream is you just want to find that right broker, you give him money, and he's going to make all kinds of money for it. It will never happen because there's no fiduciary relationship between you and your broker and your planner. They look out for themselves. They don't look out for you. It's the closest thing. So Ford now, again, we're short again. It just turned from green to red. So this is the time to short Ford right now. So it just turned, we had 2 days, and we always recommend that we wait for it to turn red for 2 days. And right now it's trading right around $12.51. So if you had the PT2, this is where you'd get in today. You would have gotten in PT2 today, and we'll just follow it. And that's what we'll do. I'll do it every day with you on the show, and we'll follow Ford as it has turned red, and then we will have a sell position, a short position, and you see how it works out. Okay? We'll get back after this break. 28 past the hour. Join my gang right now, Phil's gang.
Want more information on this show? Go to philsgang.com or give them a call at 877-600-GANG.
Hi, I'm Phil Grande, philsgang.com. Everybody was asking me, how did I know to short Ford when it was November? And it was when Aunt B was telling us everything was fine. Well, what people didn't know is Aunt B was lying to us. Because when she was raising the rates, machinery sales were down 5.6%, computers were down 8.7%, communication equipment sales down 21%. I took a look at our chart and I saw that institutions were pulling money out of Ford. So we said, let's short Ford. And we did that in November, on November 10th, because my charts told me there was a big sell signal, and we took advantage of it. And you know that stock Ford has now dropped 17%. That's the return my gang has now, 17%. Don't follow any of the jibber-jabber from CNBC or the Fed. Follow me, philsgang.com.
Go to philsgang.com or give us a call at 877-600-4264.
Hi, I'm Phil Grande, philsgang.com. Every month now, we get jobs. They give us the job numbers. We've been averaging, they tell us, 235,000 jobs a month. It's been a lie. That's a bogus number. The BLS, that counts the jobs, they use what they call the birth-death model system. What they do is they manipulate the jobs, so 40% of that number that you see is fake. That's right. If you take 235,000 jobs, the number really is 140,000. They bogus up about 95,000 jobs. But that's what goes on now on Wall Street. That's why you want to be a member of my gang, Phil's Gang, philsgang.com, because that way you get the truth. Join my gang, philsgang.com.
For more information, go to philsgang.com or give us a call at 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264.
Hi, I'm Phil Grande, philsgang.com. You know, every day we hear from Wall Street, you turn on the TV, and they're telling us how the economy's great, everything's great, and these are the same people that run the 401ks, who, with a 2% fee, take more than half of your money and put it in their pocket. You will never retire comfortably in a 401k. But try to convince 90 million people, it's almost impossible. People just don't listen. They get comfortable and stay with these 401ks. They don't work. You're not going to be able to retire. It's simple. Go to my site, philsgang.com. Join the gang, try it for a month, and we're going to show you how to use a chart. And that is going to put you in such a comfort zone of retirement.
For more information, go to philsgang.com or give us a call at 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264.
Hi, I'm Phil Grande, philsgang.com. You know, we come in the morning, we have what we call coffee talk, but we just don't sit around and throw the bowl, or joke or laugh. Our coffee talk is serious. Every morning before you start out investing, we have an intense discussion on what is going on and where we should be investing, because it's all about not the money, but where you're putting that money. Join my gang, philsgang.com, and enjoy the best coffee in town.
For more information, go to philsgang.com or give us a call at 877-600-GANG.
Time is the one thing that we want more of as a single parent. Without the donors, I wouldn't have my Audrey.
El que San Jude no cobra ni un centavo para nosotros significa quitarnos todo ese estrés, esa preocupación y podernos enfocar en nuestra hija.
That was the first thing I was like, how are we going to do this? When they told us that we didn't have to pay a single bill, I was like, wow, they pretty much have saved us.
They take care of our housing. They take care of our food. In addition to the best medical treatment that my daughter could ever have. So it allows me to focus on my daughter and getting her better.
Hi, I'm Phil Grande at philsgang.com. You know, there's nothing worse than you're investing in a stock and during the day something happens and you don't know what to do. You don't know who to call. Or you call somebody and they just give you a bunch of BS. Not here at Phil's Gang. We value every gang member. During the day, you got a question about your stock, you contact us. We have the best service in the world. philsgang.com. You're not alone. You're a gang member.
For more information, go to philsgang.com or give us a call. That's 877-600-4264. Welcome back to Phil's Gang Radio Show. For more information, simply go to philsgang.com. Now, here's Phil.
And welcome back to Phil's Gang. Okay, I want to just do a little announcement here. On Ford today, we told our gang member, we set up for Ford on our PT2. We said we did an advanced order to short it at $12.38. It didn't hit it. We got it. We were 1 penny away. So we're going to keep it there. And what we'll do is I'm going to do a video tonight, put it up, and you'll see what we're doing. When it does get filled, then you can watch it. I'll put it up on my video. Just go to my homepage, philsgang.com. You see how easy it is with the PT2. Also, you can see on my video Tiffany, and you can see XBI. We did XBI. Now, what's XBI? XBI on my PT2. We also did that, and also on my PT1. But let's take the PT2. It's up 6% in 1 day. It was a perfect XBI, your biotech. They got murdered. They got killed. So I said, this is a great opportunity. And I kept saying, let's watch. And we put in an advance order a couple of weeks ago, and it got filled yesterday. But what was funny, yesterday on CNBC, they started talking it for the first time. They started talking about the biotechs for the first time yesterday. It was a couple of weeks ago that I started to talk about. So this is the one that's going to move. This is the one, XBI. And it did. So I'll put up the video tonight for Ford. And it'll be kind of fun. You can watch it. It's just free. Go to philsgang.com. And then when we get right on the homepage and we get filled, then you can watch it. And you know how it's going every day. And then maybe you join the gang. So, you know, this thing's so easy. Why aren't I doing this? I need money for my retirement, for God's sakes. What are you going to do? Give half your money to your 401k manager? You nuts? All right, I'm going to move on because we're running out of time here. I'm trying to make a point. So Obama goes and he starts talking to the folks in Buenos Aires, and he also came back from Cuba, and he came back from Argentina. He sees how terrible communism is, but he's pumping it. He's pumping it. And there was no outrage here in the United States because nobody reported it. And probably this is the only time you probably heard it, right? And the press never holds Obama accountable for anything. But here's what really gets me. He comes out, and the press never nails him on this. This drives me nuts when he lies about this.
As we learned last week, America's economy added 215,000 jobs in March. That means that our business has extended the longest streak of private sector job creation on record. 73 straight months, 14.4 million new jobs.
All right, 14 million jobs he talks about. That's not the truth. And let's talk about his 215,000 jobs. 79.8% or 125,000 were part-time waitress and bartender kind of jobs. And those jobs went to folks who used to have full-time jobs or now have a part-time job, so they took another part-time job, meaning that we've never had in this country so many people with multiple part-time jobs. We have a historic high. He said, oh, the economy's doing great. Look at this. Look at all the jobs they're creating. But here's what really gets me. This is what really makes me grumpy. When he says, we're in the middle of the longest streak of private sector job creation in history. Now, remember, this is the same guy who told us we could keep our insurance and we're going to, and our costs are going to go down $2,500, and we could keep our doctor, and we're going to save $2,500. So when I tell you this, I don't think you'd be too surprised. So he says, we're in the middle of the longest streak of private sector job creation in history. More than 14 million new jobs I created. Well, that's only if he doesn't add back in the 4.9 million jobs he lost the first year. If you subtract out the 4.9 million jobs he lost in the first year in office, 2009, his number comes up to 9.1 million. What I'm saying is he lost so many jobs in his first year. Now, I'm not blaming him totally for that, because we had the other dope, Bush. So a lot of that, flowed over into Obama's first year. But wait a minute, all the other presidents, they take responsibility for their first year, but he gets cute. He starts counting it not in 2009, his jobs, because he didn't want nothing to do with the 4.9 million job loss. Every other president except him. So he starts the second year. He starts counting in 2010. So the real job number is 9.1 million. He lied to us just like he did with the insurance. And this is the guy that's telling us, communism is not a bad thing. Obama also claims he had the strongest job growth. That's not true either. His 9.1 million number, that is significantly lower than both Bill Clinton at 21 million and Ronald Reagan at 12 million. He's lying about that too. Obama needs to stop saying he has created jobs. He's destroyed more jobs than he's created. He's a destroyer of jobs. He destroys full-time jobs. For God's sakes. Example. March. He destroyed so many jobs that people's incomes are so bad that factory orders have dropped to the lowest level since 2009. Factory orders. This is just insane. Now what he's doing, he knows what's going on. He knows the economy's getting worse. He knows the economy's contracting. He's got the same numbers. He knows the 2015, the last quarter, came in at a pathetic 1.4%, and now he knows the first quarter we're in 2016 is coming in at 0.4%. So here's what he's doing. Now he's going to get cute. Now he's pushing the subprime auto sales. Okay? Remember, he's been pushing that? That's been the whole thing, Detroit. Remember, he went in and saved Detroit, and then he says, let everybody have a car. We'll do what they did the auto industry and the housing industry. I'm going to save all the auto manufacturers, and we'll do subprime auto lending. Give anybody a car, lend them the money, even if they can't pay for it, and banks can go and sell the paper and slice it and dice and sell off as investment and sell it to investors around the world and pension funds here in the United States, and that was his deal. But now, guess what? He's got a problem. Now he's watching the auto sales tumble. So now what he does, he turns around now and he says to the banks, hey, I want you to start lending again. I want you to lend on homes. I want you to lend to anybody. Anybody. Well, the banks are reluctant. They say, why? Why would I do that? I don't want to get prosecuted again, like we did in the past for making loans that we shouldn't have made, especially subprime liar loans. He turns around to solve this problem. He turns around and he has his Justice Department, Loretta Lynch, to assure the banks that this time they will not face prosecution if they make subprime loans to those who they know can't afford the loan. That includes liar loans, any kind of loan. If they know they can't make the payment, give them the loan. We're not going to prosecute you. Here's a letter, promise you, we're not going to prosecute you. The only time you're going to face prosecution with Loretta Lynch, when a radical Islamic Muslim kills 14 people in Paris or in Belgium at the airport, and you dare make a disparaging remark about them. That's when you'll get arrested. That's when you go to jail. If you say something bad about a radical Muslim extremist, if you can make some remark. So now the home builders. Now remember what the home builders are doing. They switched. The home builders got out of building single-family homes and started to build apartment homes. Why? Apartment houses. Because the home building, single-family home building, the biggest part of the market was the first-time home buyer. It was really lucrative. But there was no more first-time home buyer because they're bogged down with a student loan and they're living at their mother's house. So they switched to building apartments. So now he's saying, stop building the apartments. Okay? And now think about what they're doing. The lobbyists for the home builders have given Obama, when he was running for president, millions and millions of dollars. So now the lobbyists are also working with the Obama administration to start this subprime lending again, all over again. They're pushing Obama also, and they don't have to push him hard because he agrees with it, to start subprime lending all over again. And that's what they're going to do. But they got a real problem. That age group of 22 to 34. They're the ones who are the first-time home buyers. We'll talk about that when we get back, and we'll look at some builder stocks too. See if you can make some money on those.
Want more information on this show? Go to philsgang.com or give them a call at 877-600-GANG.
Hi, I'm Phil Grande at philsgang.com. Listen to what Fisher said, the former Fed governor.
We front-loaded at the Federal Reserve an enormous rally in order to accomplish the wealth effect.
That's right. Did you hear that? They took the stock market, front-loaded it, ran it 200%, so we ended up not only with a fake stock market, but fake GDP, fake money, fake jobs, fake prices, fake everything. But we took advantage of that, and we're going to take advantage again. That's why I told my gang in May to short the market. On 5/29, that's May 29th, I'm telling you to short the stock market. And we were right. And the market went down over 11%. That's why you got to join my gang and learn how to short stocks just as much as buying them. Learn how to short with me, Phil Grande at philsgang.com.
Go to philsgang.com or give us a call at 877-600-4264.
Hi, I'm Phil Grande at philsgang.com. You know, we come in the morning, we have what we call coffee talk, but we just don't sit around and throw the bull, or joke or laugh. Our coffee talk is serious. Every morning before you start out investing, we have an intense discussion on what is going on and where we should be investing, because it's all about not the money, but where you're putting that money. Join my gang, philsgang.com, and enjoy the best coffee in town.
For more information, go to philsgang.com or give us a call at 877-600-GANG.
Hi, I'm Phil Grande at philsgang.com. You know, it's been 7 years now since Obama ordered his Fed chairman to lower the savings rate from 5% to less than 0.25%. With the false narrative, it would spur economic growth and jobs. Everyone would have an opportunity in this economy. That's what he said. But what it spurred was a front-loading of the biggest, fake, unsustainable stock market rally of 200%. That's what it spurred. Now, most people did not participate in that rally because people got out of their 401k in 2009. And they said, just get me out. I want nothing but fixed income. And they got killed because with low interest rates, fixed incomes get murdered. You got to know what you're doing. If you're going to really retire, you got to be associated with the stock market. That's why you come to philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com.
Go to philsgang.com or give us a call at 877-600-4264.
Hi, I'm Phil Grande at philsgang.com. Listen to this contradiction.
February existing home sales down 7.1%.
American consumers, they have more cash on hand.
What a contradiction. Matter of fact, all the information you get from all the different financial programs, It's all contradiction. But here at Phil's Gang, I will tell you the truth. Join my gang, philsgang.com. You will enjoy it.
For more information, go to philsgang.com or give us a call. It's 877-600-4264.
Hi, I'm Phil Grande, philsgang.com. Everybody was asking me, how did I know to short forward when it was November? And it was when Aunt B was telling us everything was fine. Well, what people didn't know is Aunt B was lying to us, because when she was raising the rates, machinery sales were down 5.6%, computers were down 8.7%, communication equipment sales down 21%. I took a look at our chart and I saw that institutions were pulling money out of Ford. So we said, let's short Ford. And we did that in November, on November 10th, because my charts told me there was a big sell signal, and we took advantage of it. And you know that stock Ford has now dropped 17%. That's the return my gang has now, 17%. Don't follow any of the jibber-jabber from CNBC or the Fed. Follow me, philsgang.com.
Go to philsgang.com or give us a call at 877-600-4264. Welcome back to Phil's Gang Radio Show. For more information, simply go to philsgang.com. Now, here's Phil.
And welcome back to Phil's Gang. We're talking about the home builders, and the lobbyists have really been pushing Obama. It doesn't take much to push him, because he realizes it's all over for the auto industry. They've been selling cars to folks who should not be buying a car. They can't afford them. And they didn't care. They did the same thing. They set it up so they could get a loan, because Obama was saving the auto industry. To save the auto industry, you need buyers. So he said, I'll do the same thing that Bush did, and I'll just give people, anybody who buys a car, just give them a loan. Listen to this about Bush. Remember this when he said this? What a dope Bush is. Listen to this.
There is a lack of affordable housing.
This was in Atlanta when he said this when he was president.
There is a lack of affordable housing in certain neighborhoods. How can you promote home ownership if people can't afford the home? And so what I've done is propose.
So anyway, so he says, wait a minute, there's a lack of home ownership. Well, how can you promote home ownership if the people in the neighborhoods can't afford a home? You shouldn't be promoting it. You should be promoting rental. You should be promoting new jobs. Start job programs. Help them better themselves. Don't give them minimum wage. Oh, we'll start you out. What's your minimum wage? $10, we'll give you a $20 minimum wage. Yeah, that's good. Well, that doesn't do anything. But did you ever hear anything so stupid? He's admitting, I'm going to give people homes that should not have a home, cannot afford it, and we're going to have to foreclose on them. Now he's starting the same thing, Obama, doing the exact same thing, because he knows the only thing that's been holding this whole economy up has been the auto industry and student loans. That's it. That's it. That's what's been holding this economy up. That's it. So now he's panicked. But what's really funny is Hillary Clinton. When she talks about, boy, these people really destroyed the housing industry, I could not believe when she said this right here.
We were coming together as a nation. They took their eyes off the financial market and the mortgage market, and we had the worst financial crisis since the Great Depression.
Well, who are they? Who took their eyes off the financial market? Who took their eyes off the mortgage market? It's a guy by the name of Bill Clinton, his administration. Who worked for him? Larry Summers, Geithner, Rubin. And who else did these guys work for? A guy by the name of Obama. They're the ones who made sure that the Glass-Steagall Act was trashed, repealed, and then they made sure that once they repealed that act, they made sure that Fannie and Freddie, underneath another dope, Barney Frank, forced Fannie and Freddie, who only bought from the banks, quality AAA loans. So Barney Frank and Barney Frank and Bush go in and say to Fannie and Freddie, you got to start buying from the bank loans, subprime loans that people can't afford and they're going to go broke. They can't make the payment, but you got to buy them. And then of course Fannie and Freddie went down. You and I had to come up with $180 billion to bail it out. Isn't this amazing, the stupidity? the stupidity. And so she's sitting there talking about her own husband. It was her husband. It was his crew. Geithner and Larry Summers and Rubin, along with Phil Grande, who made sure that the derivatives, which really screwed up the whole deal, it was the derivatives that took down the housing market, because they couldn't have sold the paper. They couldn't have sold the mortgage to investors unless they insured it. And the derivative, think of it as an insurance policy. They insured the loans they were selling. And it was the people in Washington, the Commodities Future Trading Commission was in charge of those. They said, oh, no. These got to be regulated. And they said, oh, no. We're going to take the regulations. They're not going to be regulated. And guess what? They got deregulated. And by who? Clinton and his administration. So they deregulated. And guess what else? Remember this other clown, Barney Frank?
The thing that most bothered me in that interview and elsewhere in the campaign is of a kind of a McCarthyite suggestion that the reason big banks and other institutions haven't been criminally prosecuted is in part because people have taken financial contributions. And that, by the way, is an attack on President Obama.
No, it's an attack on you, Barney Frank. You're a liar. He said, it bothered me that someone's making a suggestion that the big banks weren't prosecuted because of financial contributions they're giving the people. Well, guess who got those contributions? Barney Frank. That's right. While he was chairman of the banking committee, he received more cash from the bankers than all the other industries. Why? He was a head of the he was the chairman of this banking committee. And then he also had Dodd. So what they did, they took bribes, the two of them. Dodd and Frank, between the two of them, received more money. They think it's about $18 million they received between the two of them. And what they did is they made sure that Fannie and Freddie had to buy the bad loans. And then what happened was those derivatives that they needed to sell the loans with, well, when everything collapsed, and then they had the new Dodd-Frank bill, the new regulations for banks. Guess what wasn't touched? In this new, powerful Dodd-Frank, they're going to start re-regulating the banks because of this terrible housing crash that was caused by everybody else except them. And guess what? In the Dodd-Frank bill, again, they got paid off, and the derivatives are still not regulated. What a bunch of criminals. Isn't it amazing? So what are you going to do? Can we go and change this? No, we can't change any of this. But I can change your life one way. If you join my gang, and you look tonight, go to my site, philsgang.com. We just put up Ford, and you'll see how it works. I gave my gang Ford. We're going to use the PT2. We gave an advanced order on. Oh, we're 1 penny away from getting filled today. We'll leave it up, and I'll show you how it worked. And there's also the videos there for Tiffany. It went up 15%. XBI up 6%. That's what you need to look at. That's what you need to do. Look, the system is a terrible system. We know that. The stock market, there's a big disconnect in the stock market. Remember, the company's no longer... Everybody is going to charting. Everybody is going to technicals. Everybody. Why wouldn't they? Because there's a huge disconnection. There's no more you buy a stock because of PE ratios or price to sales or price to book or profit margins or operating margins. No. Nobody cares about those anymore. As long as you keep printing enough money and you keep telling the CEOs go and keep buying your own stock to push the stock up. And why would a CEO do that? As I explained yesterday, the only way a CEO is not going to do that, and he's going to make sure that the company does better, is if he knows the government is going to do better. As long as he knows the government is willing, a CEO, you get stock options. Remember, CEOs' pay is tied, they're all tied to stock options. That's how they make $30 million a year on average, CEOs of these public companies, because they have stock options. So they're tied to the stock price. Now, if they think they can make more money by taking the profits or borrowing money and plow it into the company so they can do investment, business investment, like information technology, or build a new building, buy machinery. If they think they can do that, they would do that. If they think they could do more, they could make more money themselves as CEOs by investing, doing business investment in their companies, reinvest it, they would do that. But the only way they would do that if they know that we have a president and we have an administration who's going to take and shrink government, who's going to create an environment for business. And if they know that, the CEO knows that, hey, look at this is good. Government's going to shrink. They're going to cut taxes. They're going to cut regulations. They're going to really create an environment for me to succeed. I can make more money doing that than I can by just taking and going out and borrowing money and pushing my stocks up by buying my own stocks. Because see, when they end up doing that, you know what happens? After they make all their money, they leave to go to another company and leave all the garbage behind. But here's the one thing I want to leave you with. There's no better place still than the stock market. There isn't. But you got to get out of your head that you think you're going to give your money to somebody and they're going to really take that money and they're going to invest it and you're going to be able to retire. No. You got to become responsible for your own money. And that's why, please, go to my site, philsgang.com. Join the gang, 877-600-GANG, 877-600-GANG, and go to my video tonight at philsgang.com. Join the gang.
You have been listening to Phil's Gang with your host, Phil Grande, on the Off the Wall Street Radio Network. Off the Wall Street Radio Network. Remember to visit Phil's website at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com. Or call the office, 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264.
It's up to me to make my dreams.
Let me ask you,